गं गणपतये नमः। बोलिए श्री गजानन स्वामी के जय। Meditate upon Gauri Mata. Om Sarva Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambike Gauri Narayane Namastute Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Sanstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. Boliye Shri Gaur Parvati Mata ki Jai. Meditate upon Lord Shiva. Om Tat Purushaya Vidamahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Karcharana Kritam Va Kayajam Karmajam Va Shravananayanajam Va Manasam Va Paradham Vihitam Vihitam Va Sarvametat Shamasva. Jai Jai Karunabhe Shri Mahadeva Shambho. Om Namah Shivaya. Bolo Mahapati Mahadeva ki Jai. Meditate upon Agni Devta, the fire. Om Bhur Bhuvasvaha. Om Bhur Bhuvasvaha. Dhayoriva Bhumna Prithvi Vavarim Natasya Aste Prithvi Devaya Janim Prishti Aganim Anadam Anadayadadhi. Boliye Shri Agni Devta ki Jai. Meditate on Kalsa Devta. Om Kalishya Mukhe Vishnu Kanthe Rudra Samasrita Mule Tasyastito Brahma Madhe Matre Ganahasmita Kukshautu Sagar Sarva Sapta Dvipav Sundara Rigvedat Yajurveda Samveda Tarvanam Angeshta Sahita Sarve Kalasham Tu Samasrita. Boliye Shri Kalashya Devata ki Jai. Meditate upon Mahalakshmi Mata. Om Siddhi Buddhi Prade Devi Bhukti Mukti Pradayani Mantra Murti Sada Devi Mahalakshmi Namastute. Om Lakshmi Karotu Kalyanam Arogyam Sukha Sampadam Mam Shatru Vinashaya Deepa Jyotir Namastute. Boliye Shri Mahalakshmi Mata ki Jai. Om Brahma Murari Tripurantakari Bhanu Shashi Bhumi Suto Buddhascha Guruscha Shukraha Shani Rahu Ketava Sarve Graha Shanti Kar Bhavantu. Boliye Shri Suryari Navgraha Devta ki Jai. So whilst our puja is in progress, we'll have a few kirtan bhajans.
दुर्गा भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ।
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 काली कपालिनी माँ,
काली कपालिनी माँ,
काली कपालिनी माँ।
शिवाय परमेश्वराय शशिशेखराय नमो भवाय गुणसंभवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमो
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 शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमो
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमः
शिवाय परमेश्वराय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमः
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमः
भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः
भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः
भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः
भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः
शिवाय परमेश्वराय शशिशेखराय नमः भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः
शिवाय परमेश्वराय शशिशेखराय नमो भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमो
शिवाय परमेश्वराय शशिशेखराय नमः भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः
शिवाय परमेश्वराय शशिशेखराय नमो भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमो
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमः
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमः
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमः
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमः
भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः
भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः
भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः
भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः
शिवाय परमेश्वराय शशिशेखराय नमः भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः
शिवाय परमेश्वराय शशिशेखराय नमो भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमो
शिवाय परमेश्वराय शशिशेखराय नमः भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः
शिवाय परमेश्वराय शशिशेखराय नमो भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमो
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमः
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमः
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमः
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमः
भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः
भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः
भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः
भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः
शिवाय परमेश्वराय शशि शशिशेखराय नमः ॐ भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः
शिवाय परमेश्वराय शशिशेखराय नमो भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमो
भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः
भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमो
भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः
तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ, कितना प्यार जगाती है
माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ, कितना प्यार जगाती है
माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ, कितना प्यार जगाती है
माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ, कितना प्यार जगाती है
श्वास श्वास की रक्षा करती,
श्वास श्वास की रक्षा करती,
भग भग प्राण बचाती है माँ, कितना प्यार जगाती है
माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ, कितना प्यार जगाती है
तू ऋषियों की रिद्धि सिद्धि, तू ब्रह्मा की शक्ति माँ, तू विष्णु की माया देवी, तू शंकर की शक्ति माँ,
तू ऋषियों की रिद्धि सिद्धि, तू ब्रह्मा की भक्ति माँ, तू विष्णु की माया देवी, तू शंकर की शक्ति माँ
तू हाथों से भाग जगाती, भागी भागी आती है माँ, कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ तेरी
ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
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 राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद
सत्यनारायण गोविंद माधवा हरि नारायण गोविंद केशवा
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 हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
सत्यनारायण गोविंद माधवा हरि नारायण गोविंद केशवा
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 पीरा हनुमाना थी बलवाना राम राम रसिया रे हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे
वीर हनुमान अति बलवाना राम राम रसिया रे हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे
पीरा हनुमाना थी बलवाना राम राम रसिया रे हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे
वीर हनुमान अति बलवाना राम राम रसिया रे हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे
राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की
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 मेरा हनुमान अति बलवाना राम राम रसिया रे हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे
वीर हनुमान अति बलवाना राम राम रसिया रे हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम
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 मेरा हनुमान अति बलवाना राम राम रसिया रे हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे
वीर हनुमान अति बलवाना राम राम रसिया रे हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे
मेरा हनुमान अति बलवाना राम राम रसिया रे हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे
बोलिए श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। बोलिए श्री गीता माता की जय। बोलिए श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की jai. Once more, cordial welcome to all devotees who are present here at the mandir with us and those who are joining with us online during this auspicious period of Pitri Paksh as we engage in devotion to Shri Krishna Bhagwan, to Gita Mata, in the name of our departed ancestors, the Pitris as we would call them. So this morning, our two young devotees have performed this puja on behalf of their departed ancestors, and it's important that each and every one of us, we take the opportunity to think of our Pitris, our ancestors who passed on during this most auspicious time. So at this time, I ask that we clasp our hands, we close our eyes, we bow our heads for a few moments as we offer humble salutations to the feet of Shri Krishna, to the feet of Radha Rani, to the feet of Gita Mata. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Om Shri Saraswati Namah. Om Shri Guru Charan Kamar Bhyo Namah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tapt Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatapate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Vancha kalpataru bhayascha Kripa sindhu bhyaivacha Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Boli Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Shri Gita Mata ki jai. So before we engage in our mantra jap Havan, I ask that we all join together our voices as we sing very beautiful praises to Shri Krishna Bhagavan. Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Bihari
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 Jai Gopi Janvallabha
Jai Gopi Janvallabha
Jai Girivardhari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Bihari
Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Bihari
मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर मुरली मनोहर
करुणा सागर
मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर मुरली मनोहर
करुणा सागर
जय गोवर्धन धारी
जय गोवर्धन धारी जय कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव
जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी
यशोद नंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोद नंदन
ब्रज जन रंजन
यशोद नंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोद
नंदन ब्रज जन रंजन
जमुन तीर बनचारी
जमुना तीर बनचारी जय
कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी
Join our voices together. Very simply, We chant the name of Shri Krishna, Maryada Purushottam, Prabhu Shri Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
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 Hare Rama, Rama Rama, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare.
everyone. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Boli Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai. So at this time we'll engage in mantra jap Havan. Those who are joining in Havan at home, if you would like to make offerings, you can light your fire this time while we chant the mantra. You all can just rest your hands on the Havan kun, meditate on Agni Devta. Om Bhurabhuvasvaha, Om Bhurabhuvasvaha, Dhayuriva Bhumna Prithvi Vavaremna, Tasya Aste Prithvi Devaya Janim, Prishti Agnim Manadam Manadayadadhi, Boli Shri Agni Devta ki Jai. Pass the water around the fire 3 times. Om Mandakinyastu Yadavari Sarvapapaharam Shubham, Taridam Kalpitam Devam, Samyagya Achmanyatvam Tvayati, Achmanyam Samarpayami. So we begin making our offerings now, the recitation of Swaha. All of us can join our voices as we chant Swaha together. Om Shri Ganesh Devtabhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Ganganapataye Namaha Swaha. Om Ganganapataye Namaha Swaha. Shri Gauri Mataye Namaha Swaha. Shri Shankar Bhagavan Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Agni Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Kalash Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Varuna Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Mahalakshmi Mataye Namaha Swaha. श्री महाविष्णु भगवान भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम नमो नारायणाय भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री सूर्य देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री चंद्र देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री मंगल देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री बुध देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री बृहस्पति देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री शुक्र देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री शनि देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री राहु देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री केतु देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री प्राणायभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री अपानायभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री समानायभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री इंद्रियायभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री उदानिकायभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री इष्ट देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री कुल देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री स्थान देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री ग्राम देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री माता पिता चरण कमलेभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री पंचपाल देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री दस दिक्पाल देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री आदि शक्ति दुर्गा माताये नमः स्वाहा। श्री नव दुर्गा देवीभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम ऐं सरस्वती माताये नमः स्वाहा। श्री गीता माताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री कृष्ण भगवानभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री रामचंद्र भगवानभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री हनुमते देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। We join together as we recite Brahm Gayatri Mantra. Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Mahamrityunjay Mantra. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukam Vandanam Mrityor Mukhyamamritat Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukam Vandanam Mrityor Mukhyamamritat Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukam Vandanam Mrityor Mukhyamamritat Swaha. We chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya 9 times. Then we leave a little bit for final offerings. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha. 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 Shri Sarva Devata Devyo Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Prepare now for final offering. those of us who are here at the mandir, we can all stand as we take part in the final offering. When I say Swaha, touch it to your heads, then offer it in the Havan. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Puranat Puranam Udachyate Puranasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Sarvam Ve Puranagvam Swaha. Boli Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Pass the water. Om Sarva Papaharam Devam Gangeyam Nirmalam Jalam Achmanyam Chamaya Dattam Grihan Parameshwaram Shri Agni Devta Achmanyam Samarpayami. Asan lijiye, please have your seats. Boli Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Before we read a few lines from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, let us all join our voices. Very beautiful bhajan in praise of Shri Krishna Bhagavan in the form of Bal Krishna, in the form of a child. Chote chote gaya, chote chote gwal, chote chote gaya, chote chote gwal, choto so mero madan gopal, choto so mero
Madan Gopal.
chote chote gaya, chote chote gwal, chote chote gaya,
Chote chote gwal.
choto so mero madan gopal, choto so mero.
Madan Gopal.
आगे आगे गया पीछे पीछे ग्वाल, आगे आगे गया
पीछे पीछे ग्वाल.
बीच में मेरो मदन गोपाल, बीच में मेरो मदन गोपाल, छोटे छोटे गया छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, छोटे छोटे गया
छोटे छोटे ग्वाल.
छोटो सो मेरो मदन गोपाल, अरे छोटो सो मेरो.
मदन गोपाल.
काली काली गैया गोरे गोरे ग्वाल, काली काली गैया
गोरे गोरे ग्वाल.
श्याम बरन मेरो मदन गोपाल, श्याम बरन मेरो मदन गोपाल, छोटी छोटी गैया छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, छोटी छोटी गैया
छोटे छोटे ग्वाल.
छोटो सो मेरो मदन गोपाल, अरे छोटो सो मेरो.
मदन गोपाल.
छोटी छोटी सखिया मधुबन बार, छोटी छोटी सखिया मधुबन बार, रास रे चावे मेरो मदन गोपाल, रास रे चावे मेरो मदन गोपाल, छोटी छोटी गैया छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, छोटी छोटी गैया
छोटे छोटे ग्वाल.
छोटो सो मेरो मदन गोपाल, छोटो सो मेरो मदन गोपाल, छोटो सो मेरो मदन गोपाल, छोटो सो मेरो मदन गोपाल. बोली श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. Devotees, I always ask the question, when we engage in devotion, how do we feel after? How do you feel? Don't you feel good? You feel uplifted? Feel energetic? Yes. We can't say the same about our everyday mundane activities, can we? Can we say this about our everyday mundane activities? That we feel uplifted after we do it? How many people feel uplifted after they're done cleaning house? Feel to go and sit down, foot hurting, back hurting, tired, want to go and lie down? How many people feel uplifted, after they wash their car? Feel good, yeah, looking nice. But then still, all of these things, we think about the mundane activities does not give us that same feeling of being uplifted as spiritual activity. We'll never get that, devotees, because it's not raising that spiritual energy inside of us unless we can direct those mundane activities in a spiritual way. So we ever hear that saying that we dress to impress? You ever hear that saying? We dress to impress? Impress who? How are we dressing to impress? The neighbor, the other people who come in the mandir, our spouse, our children. Who are we dressing to impress? We always told devotees when we try to impress others, most of the times we end up depressed. Because if we fail to impress, then what happens to us? We don't feel too good about it. So we end up depressing ourselves trying to impress others. So devotees, who we should try to impress? Bhagwan. We should try to impress Bhagwan all the time because he is that one who will keep giving us positive feedback. He's the one who cares for us. The ultimate amount of care is what Bhagwan has for us. And he will always care for us. In our deepest, darkest moments and our best times, Bhagwan is there for us each and every day. As such, we should be able to focus all of our activities to Bhagwan. So today we perform puja, we make sure, Bhagwan, this puja is for you. I'm offering these flowers, I'm offering these durva grass, the essence, whatever offerings we make, we offer it to Bhagwan. We offer it to God. And we ask God to accept it. We sing a bhajan. That bhajan is offered like prasad to Bhagwan. That Bhagwan, this is for you. Because some people might come back and say, Pandit Vijay could well sing. And then some people say, Pandit Vijay sing too bad. Not one bad and not two. You understand? So, you're going to get both sides. From the world, you'll get praise, you'll get ridicule, you'll get insulted. From both sides, you'll get from the world. So which one we should take on? Should we take on the praise and get our head big? Should we take on the insult and get ourselves depressed? No, devotees. Answer is we take on none. The answer is we take on none. Because today somebody can be your best friend. Somebody will be your best friend today. And tomorrow what happens? If they only hear you say something wrong about them, what happens to the best friend? Goes down the drain. Goes down the drain. This is the loyalty that we have today in the world. There's no loyalty amongst human beings anymore. Right? They say the person that should be closest to you in your life is your spouse, isn't it? That should be the person closest to you. But we examine what is the divorce rate in this country. More than 50% divorce rate. And when they divorce, what happened? Biggest enemy, fighting in court. You understand, devotees? What are these material relationships worth to us? I'm not saying, again, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that you disregard and disrespect anyone around you. We always do our best for others, but understand that the mind is very, very fickle and can turn in a split second. In a split second, the mind can turn. Your worst enemy can become your best friend. Your best friend can become your worst enemy. Family members, stop talking to each other for various reasons. We see fighting for this, fighting for that. We see all of this happening in the world today. So what do we do? What do we do? We continue to forge that relationship with Bhagwan. Last week we started Katha from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, where Arjuna posed some questions to Sri Krishna. So I wouldn't be able to go back over all those questions, but we'll move forward today as to the answers that Sri Krishna was giving to Arjuna. And we start from shloka number 4, chapter 8. Those of you who have your Bhagavad Gita, those of you who have your Bhagavad Gita at home, you can join with us, follow along with us as we listen to what Sri Krishna says. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Bolo Shri Krishna
Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Adhibhutam Ksharo Bhava Purushashadhi Devatam Adhiyagyo Hame Vatra Dehe Deha Bhritamvara, Bolo Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Bolo Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. So Shri Krishna continues to answer these questions that were placed by Arjuna. He said, Adhi Bhutam Ksharo Bhava. He says that what is called Adhi Bhuta are the 5 elements that comprise this material creation. What are those 5 elements? Water, fire, earth, air, and space, ether. These are the 5 elements that come together to form this creation. If we separate anything, these 5 elements will come out in various forms, will come out of it. As such, when we perform what we call Antyeshti Sanskar or funeral ceremony, what happens? We're asking those 5 elements to go back to their original states, to be recombined again, to form another body. This is a very simple request, because this body is no longer functional, so doesn't mean that the soul is finished. Doesn't mean the mind is gone. Doesn't mean the intellect is gone. These all travel along, but now without the body. Without the body. So we ask the blessings of the Lord that when this body is consumed by fire or buried in the earth, we ask that these 5 elements go back to the original states. So this is why you will see so many things happening in a funeral ceremony happens in 5s. You will see that, right? When they do the parikrama, when they go around the box, they'll go 5 times, right? You'll generally have 5 people doing the rituals. So 5 times chandan, 5 times mala, 5 times essence, 5 times arti. We see all of these things happening. We do 5 stops before putting the box, putting that body in the fire, right? So all of these things happen, devotees, and there's a reason for it. So Adhibhuta are the 5 elements that come together to form this creation. Then Purushascha Devatam, that the term Adhidaiva is referring here to that Supreme Brahma, Purusha, the Supreme Lord. Again, Adhidaiva is referring to the Supreme Lord. Adhi Yagyo Hame Vatra. And he says that Adhi Yagya is the Lord as in the form of Antaryami, dwelling in the hearts of all. Adhi Yagya. He says that I am the innermost witness of all. So do we believe this, devotees? Do you believe that the Lord lives inside each and every one of us? Yes? If we believe this, how can we look at another person and hate them? Think about it. How can we look at another person and hate them if we believe that Bhagwan resides there? If that person cannot exist without Bhagwan, and Bhagwan is inside of them, how can we look at them and hate them? Because we are not seeing Bhagwan. We are not seeing Bhagwan, devotees. It's a very beautiful bhajan. Again, we did this recently in our Ganesh Yagya. And, it gives us a beautiful and simple recipe of living a good life, living an enjoyable life, living a life that will lead us to true peace, happiness. And what does bhajan tells us, devotees? Bharosa kar tu ईश्वर पर तुझे धोखा नहीं होगा. Bhajan is telling us, bharosa. What is bharosa? To put faith. Faith. Bharosa kar. To put faith to Ishwar par. In your God. Put faith in your God. Whoever we recognize, devotees, whoever we see as that Supreme Lord, we should put faith in that form. Recognize God, devotees, and what will happen? Tujhe dhoka nahi hoga. That you will never be fooled in this world. You will understand everything for what it's meant to be. Bharosa kar tu Ishwar par tujhe dhoka nahi hoga. ये जीवन बीत जाएगा, ये जीवन बीत जाएगा, तुझे रोना नहीं होगा. That the time that we spend in this life, devotees, the time will keep going for us in this life. But what will happen? Tujhe rona nahi hoga. That we will not experience unhappiness. We will not cry unnecessarily, devotees, in this world once we put that faith in Bhagwan. Bharosa kar tu Ishwar par tujhe dhoka nahi hoga. Bharosa kar tu Ishwar par tujhe dhoka nahi hoga. ये जीवन बीत जाएगा, ये जीवन बीत जाएगा, तुझे रोना नहीं होगा. भरोसा कर तू ईश्वर पर, तुझे धोखा नहीं होगा. भरोसा
कर तू ईश्वर पर, तुझे धोखा नहीं होगा.
कभी सुख है कभी दुख है, ये जीवन धूप छाया है. कभी सुख है कभी दुख है, ये जीवन धूप छाया है, हंसी में ही बिता डालो, हंसी में ही बिता डालो, बिताने ही ये माया है। भरोसा कर तू ईश्वर पर, तुझे धोखा नहीं होगा। भरोसा
कर तू ईश्वर पर, तुझे धोखा नहीं होगा।
ये कुछ भी तो नहीं जग में तेरे बस कर्म की माया, ये कुछ भी तो नहीं जग में तेरे बस कर्म की माया, तो खुद ही धूप में बैठा, तो खुद ही धूप में बैठा, लखी निज रूप की छाया। भरोसा कर तू ईश्वर पर, तुझे धोखा नहीं
होगा।
ये जीवन बीत जाएगा, ये जीवन बीत
जाएगा,
तुझे रोना नहीं होगा। भरोसा कर तू ईश्वर पर, तुझे धोखा नहीं होगा। भरोसा कर तू ईश्वर पर, तुझे धोखा नहीं होगा। बोली श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। So devotees, if I were to ask a simple question to all of us who are here today, all of us who are listening, if someone offers us two choices in life, one is we live the way that we are now, we continue doing what we are doing on an everyday basis and we continue the life that we have. Or the other one is to be peaceful, to be contented, to be happy all the time. Which one will you choose? Which one will you choose? To be peaceful and happy, isn't it? Isn't that what we want? And then we ask ourselves now, in our daily activities, in the years that we have lived so far, how successful have we been at being peaceful and happy? How successful have we been? Are we peaceful and happy today? Maybe at this moment we are. But what happens, when we engage, in relationships with others, when we engage in relationships at work, etc. When we experience the ups and downs of this world, what happens to us? That happiness comes and goes, isn't it? Sometimes non-existent for days. We don't see any happiness, no peacefulness for days. So then, devotees, isn't it a wise thing to make changes? Isn't it wise for us to make some change? To invite and to get that happiness into our lives? What the bhajan tells us, devotees, bharosa kar tu Ishwar par. Put that faith in your Bhagwan. Put that faith in your Bhagwan. And you will never be fooled. You will always be led in the right direction to do the things that will lead you to peace and happiness. Ye kuch bhi to nahi jag mein. That nothing in this world belongs to us, devotees. Nothing in this world belongs to us. This is the mistake that we make. Right? This is the mistake that we make when we come in this world and we get a little something here and there. We wrongfully believe is ours. We wrongfully believe, these material things belong to us. Tere bas karma ki maya. That these are simply the reactions of our actions that we have performed. So remember what karma is. Karma is what puts us in the position that we are in today. So if we are, healthy, we are well off, everything is going good, it means we have performed good karmas in the past. Puts us in a position. But karma does not tell us what to do today. It simply puts us in a position. So if we take for an example, karma has allowed me to purchase this Bhagavad Gita. Karma has led me to do this. Now, when I get this Bhagavad Gita, it's up to me what I do with it. Do I take it and I put it in a shelf and leave it there? Or do I take it and open it and read it and gain some knowledge from it? That choice is mine. Karma doesn't tell me to do that or not to do it. We understand? But understand that nothing in this world belongs to us. Tu kudahi dhupa me baitha lakhe rijuru ki chaya. That if we experience happiness or unhappiness, understand that it is because of the seeds of karma that we have sown in our lives. The happiness or unhappiness that we experience today. But what is important, devotees, is what we do today creates our tomorrow. What we are doing today creates our future. So if we take our situation and say, Bhagwan not smiling on me, Bhagwan not blessing me, look at how I'm suffering, and we do wrong things because of this, what are we doing? Aren't we creating a bad future as well? So we have to understand, whether what we think is good is happening, or we think what is bad is happening, we should be doing what is correct. What is correct in our lives. Make sure. And I always tell devotees, we don't have to go to school to know what is right and from what is wrong. Everybody knows. The littlest child will know if they're doing something wrong or they're doing something right. If they're doing something wrong, what they will do? They will hide, no? They will hide and do it. They don't want to get caught. Because if you see them, they will run away. So it means they understand. That's an innate quality that we have. To know right from wrong. Our consciousness will tell us this, devotees. So it's on us. That responsibility is on us to live the best life that we can. Each and every day we get up with that, resolution, that commitment that we are going to do what is best for ourselves and those around us. We look out for each other in this world. And we don't look for anything in return. We'll say, I'm looking out for my brother, but my brother not looking out for me. Brother is showing his own actions. We are showing our own. Whatever brother does, he does for himself. Whatever we do, we are doing for ourselves. So what future do we want to create for ourselves? We don't study what somebody else is doing. I was asked this question in Mandir. Back home when we get up in the morning, most people will sweep their yard, right? They'll sweep their yard, make sure the yard is clean. So when you wake up in the morning and you watch your yard dirty, your neighbor yard dirty, whose yard are you going to sweep first? Whose yard do you sweep first? You go by neighbor first and sweep? No, you make sure your place is clean first. If you have time, you go and help the neighbor after. Do you understand? You always look after yourself. Look after yourself. Whatever karmas that we perform, we have to either receive the reward or pay the penalty for it. So then why are we studying what everybody else is doing? You ever hear people talk, devotees? Say one of the keys to happiness is to stay away from gossip. It's one of the keys to happiness. It's worthless, it's useless. There's no gain to have from engaging in gossip. But something happened, immediately, Facebook, put it on Facebook. Instagram, put it on Instagram. All the social media. And then old school, pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Tell this one, tell that one, tell the other one. Devotees, useless, worthless activities. There's nothing to be gained. One of the keys to happiness, devotees, to stay away from these type of activities. Doesn't bring us any gain. Wastes our time. Wastes our time. Devotees, these are things that we have to understand in our lives. If we want to improve, if we want to get better, if we want to be happier, we want to be more contented, these are the things that we have to look at. Look at our deficiencies, our negativities, our shortcomings. These are the things that we have to look at, devotees. The Lord is telling us in these shlokas here that these are the things. He is adhiyagya. Adhiyagya means that he is understanding, he knows everything. And he resides inside each and every one of us. So as we look at each other, when our vision develops, our spiritual vision develops, we should see not, that form in front of us that we don't like, but we should see beyond the form, beyond that form, and see the Bhagavan inside that person. Then we stop hating, then we stop disliking, because everywhere we look, we will see God. It takes time though. That doesn't happen overnight, right? We wouldn't happen overnight. That wouldn't come to us overnight. It takes time. We have to continue our spiritual activities to develop that vision, that mental vision. Boli Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. So at this time, devotees, we'll engage in our final arti. So our principal devotees will perform arti. The extra thali is prepared as well. So those who are here at the mandir would like to perform arti, feel free to do so. And those who are at home, if you'd like to perform arti also, you can feel free to go to your altar and perform arti as we join in Bhagavad Gita arti. Om Sajang Chavarti Sanyuktam Vahanina Yojitam Maya Deepam Grihan Devesh Trailokyam Timirapaham Hariya Kamal Viharini Sundar Supanite Hariya Kamal Viharini Sundar Supanite Om Jai Bhagavat Gita Mata Jai Bhagavat Gita
Om Jai Bhagavat Gita Mata Jai Bhagavat Gita
Hariya Kamal Viharini Sundar Supanite
Hariya Kamal Viharini Sundar Supanite
Om Jai Bhagavat Gita Mata Jai Bhagavat Gita
Om Jai Bhagavat Gita Mata Jai Bhagavat Gita
कर्म सुमर्म प्रकाशिन कामा सत्य हरा कर्म सुमर्म प्रकाशिन कामा सत्य हरा तत्व ज्ञान विकाशिन विद्या ब्रह्म परा ओम जय भगवत गीते माता जय भगवत गीते
Om Jai Bhagavat Gita Mata
निश्चल भक्ति विधायिनी निर्मल मलहारी निश्चल भक्ति विधायिनी निर्मल मलहारी शरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी सब विधि सुखकारी ओम जय भगवत गीते माता जय भगवत गीते
जय भगवत गीते माता जय भगवत गीते
राग द्वेष विदारिणी कारिणी मोद सदा राग द्वेष विदारिणी कारिणी मोद सदा भव भय हारिणी तारिणी परमानंद प्रदा ओम जय भगवत गीते माता जय भगवत गीते ओम
जय भगवत गीते माता जय भगवत गीते
आसुर भाव विनाशिनी नाशिनी तम रजनी आसुर भाव विनाशिनी नाशिनी तम रजनी दैवे सद्गुणदायिनी हरि रसिका सजनी ओम जय भगवत गीते माता जय भगवत गीते
जय भगवत गीते माता जय भगवत गीते
समता त्याग सिखावन हरिमुख की वाणी समता त्याग सिखावन हरिमुख की वाणी सकल शास्त्र के स्वामिनी श्रुतियों की रानी ओम जय भगवत गीते माता जय भगवत गीते
जय भगवत गीते माता जय भगवत गीते
दया सुधा बरसावन मातु कृपा की जय दया सुधा बरसावन मातु कृपा की जय हरि पद प्रेम दान कर अपनो कर ली जय ओम जय भगवत गीते माता जय भगवत गीते
जय भगवत गीते माता जय भगवत गीते
हरि हिया कमल विहारी सुंदर सुपनीते हरि हिया कमल विहारिणी
सुंदर सुपने थे
ओम जय भगवत गीते
जय भगवत गीते
माता जय भगवत गीते
माता जय भगवत गीते
कृष्ण जय भगवत गीते
कृष्ण जय भगवत गीते
ओम जय भगवत गीते ओम जय भगवत गीते भज मन गोविंद गोपाला भज मन गोविंद
गोपाला
भज मन गोविंद गोपाला
भज मन गोविंद गोपाला
गोविंद गोपाला गोपाला
गोविंद गोपाला गोपाला
गोविंद गोपाला गोपाला गोविंद गोपाला
गोपाला
भज मन गोविंद गोपाला
भज मन गोविंद गोपाला
भज मन गोविंद गोपाला
भज मन गोविंद गोपाला
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो
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 गोविंद गोपाला गोपाला
गोविंद गोपाला गोपाला
गोविंद गोपाला गोपाला
गोविंद गोपाला गोपाला
भज मन गोविंद गोपाला
भज मन गोविंद गोपाला
भज मन गोविंद गोपाला
भज मन गोविंद गोपाला
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो
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 राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो
गोविंद गोपाला गोपाला
गोविंद गोपाला गोपाला
गोविंद गोपाला गोपाला
गोविंद गोपाला गोपाला
भज मन गोविंद 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 गोपाला
बोली श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. So at this time, devotees, those who have flowers, please take a flower in your hand. We all clasp our hands, we close our eyes, we bow our heads. We all join in this final pratana. We ask choices, grace and blessings of Bhagavan Shri Krishna to be upon our departed ancestors, those who have left this world, those who have paved the path for us to be the people who we are today. So we all take this opportunity to offer praises unto Bhagavan in their name, asking the Lord to keep them safe, to keep them well, to keep them happy, contented. And to all who are engaged in such devotions, we ask that, Lord, to shower choices, grace and blessings upon them as we remember our Pitris during this time. We ask that, Lord, to shower His choices, grace and blessings upon each and every one. Let us all pray together. Hari Om. Mantrahinam kriyahinam bhaktihinam janardanam yat pujitam maya deva paripurnam tarastu me. Om vahanam na janami visarjanam pujam chaiva na janami kshamyatam parameshwaram. Tvameva mata Shapita tvameva bandhu shasaka tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Om asato ma satgamaya tamso ma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritam gamaya. He Sarva Shaktiman Sachidanand Nirakar Nirvikar Sarvadhar Sarveshwar Sarva Vyapak Antaryami Ajar Amar Nitya Pavitra Shrishti Karta Ko बारंबार नमस्कार है. हे परमात्मा, भाविष्य वर्तमान दुखियों का कष्ट हरण करके सुबुद्धि को प्रकाश कर कि जिससे सबका मंगल हो. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. We all join our voices one final time as we sing very beautiful praises to Shri Krishna. Bhaju man Radhe Govinda,
Bhaj man Radhe Govinda,
Bhaju man Radhe Govinda,
Bhaj man Radhe Govinda,
Bhaju man Radhe 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 Govinda,
Bhaj man Radhe 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 Govinda,
Bhaju man Radhe 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 Govinda,
Bhaj man Radhe 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 Govinda,
Bhaju man Radhe Govinda,
Bhaj man Radhe Govinda,
Bhaju man Radhe Govinda,
Bhaj man Radhe Govinda,
Bhaju man Radhe Govinda,
Bhaj man Radhe Govinda.
बोल श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. उमापति महादेव की जय. पवन सुत हनुमान की जय. वृंदावन कृष्ण चंद्र की जय. और ऐसा जगन्नाथ की जय. बोलो रे भाई सब संतन की जय. सियापति रामचंद्र की जय. बोलिए श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म के जय. जय जय सीताराम. आसन लीजिए. प्लीज हैव योर सीट्स devotees. So for 1 week more, we'll be in the period of Pitri Paksh. See if that camera is plugged in properly. This red light is flashing. So for 1 week more, we'll be in the period of Pitri Paksh. Next week, Sunday, it comes to an end. And devotees were asking, approximately what time it will finish. So the period of Pitri Paksh actually finishes just around 6 o'clock in the evening. But for the purposes of offerings, we try to complete our offerings before 12 noon next week, Sunday. So it is called Pitri Amavasya. So this is considered to be one of the most effective days if we have not done offerings during the time of Pitri Paksh. So we can do the offerings on that day. Right? Sarva Pitri Amavasya is called. So next week during our service, those who would like to prepare at home and perform a Havan, we're going to perform a special Havan in the name of our Pitris. So now if we're taking part in both Havans, there should be 2 Havan Kun, not 1. For Dev Havan, for Devta Havan, we should have a separate Havan Kun. Pitri Havan, separate Havan Kun. Okay? So just in case you're deciding to join us in the Havan, we'll be doing both. Devta Havan and Pitri Havan. Right? So if you don't have 2 Havan Kun, you can use a foil tray, and set it up properly that is not going to burn your carpet or your floor. Right, set it up with your little wick and whatnot. And for the Pitri Havan, we can do simply ghee, black till. Black till is important to add into that Havan. I'll put a post on Facebook just giving a reminder. as to what is necessary for those who would like to take part in performing this Havan in the name of our Pitris. So this will be done as soon as our little worship is done. Next week we'll engage in Devta Havan and Pitri Havan. Right? So definitely it'll be finished before the 12 o'clock time. So once more, devotees, God's blessings to each and every one of you. Join with us again next week Sunday as we continue our devotions. The birthdays. You can show me. So birthdays today, I believe, is Kiran Dindyal. Today is his birthday. During the week, we've had Auntie Sylvie, Uncle Neil Francis. We also had Kenny Mahadev and Toy Ramharak Singh. So they all celebrated birthdays during this past week. And if anybody we have missed, we ask Bhagwan to shower choices, grace and blessings upon each and every one who's celebrating a special day and, special occasion in their lives. So once more, God's choices, grace and blessings to all. Join us next week, Sunday at 10 a.m. again as we engage in our devotions. Until then, Jai Jai, Sitaram.